An Academic College University Job Guide. Academic College Job Introduction. I tell you about the job field to teach at colleges, often called higher education or professor and lecturer jobs, which is universal between Canada and United States. If you got the right degrees, you can easily get a job in the other country that you're not a citizen of because you're considered a specialist, or at least that's how it used to be. Nowadays there are so many people with doctorates in not just the social sciences but in other fields that it may be that you're not considered a specialist anymore, therefore the immigration authorities will not just let you in like they used to. For example, if you have a PhD in psychology, it's like, so what? Any hack can teach that stuff. The immigration people might tell the college to find a national to teach the stuff. It's not like you're a unique, advanced specialist. On the flip side, there are lots of online jobs you can do from home. This book gives you a lot of contact information for the Canadian and American education industry, schools and colleges which you can use to find a job. It's not just about teaching jobs. Every college is a mini-city with jobs all the way from housekeeping to keeping the in-house electric power plant going. If you want an academic career, you have to get a doctorate in some field, then apply for teaching jobs at universities, colleges, and community colleges. You can get teaching jobs at most community colleges with just a master's degree. In the old days, you could get a teaching job at a university and stay there for life, getting what they call tenure, which is job security that you get if you teach for a certain number of years, publish a number of articles in academic journals, invent something as part of academic research or something like that. A tenure committee decides if an individual is worthy to get job security as a bona fide intellectual. Many people get rejected or there is a competition for a tenured position. Nowadays all bets are off because a lot of education by colleges is going online, plus the fact that college administrators are consciously hiring part-timers, paying them to teach course by course rather than offering a full-time job with benefits. There's the research and writing thing beyond teaching. A lot of research, especially in the social sciences, is useless. A lot of academic articles in the many journals don't really add anything to real knowledge. It's just a business of creating journals. How far are you willing to go in any field that is not hard science until you realize that it's all a meaningless game? You have to able to write and teach. If you're in a big research field, you have to think up interesting and useful experiments to do. There's a lot of competition, firstly for jobs, then among peers for promotions, research money, and respect within the pecking order of your college and the people in the field in general. If you're serious about it, decide on exactly what you're really interested in, then focus on becoming the world's best expert in it. Find a mentor or several in your field to learn from. Try to get published while you're still a student by creating original essays, then simply submit them to relevant journals. The address is on every journal. If you get published just once, that's a big advantage to get a teaching job at a college. Learn the procedure to write formal papers and grant proposals for research funding. You might get bored of your field and move into some other subspecialty in your field. There is a lot of hate, jealousy, and competition in academia because all these eggheads think they're hot stuff, so they don't want anyone to do better than them. Create a good resume with examples of your written work. You could put your written work on a website for employers to see. Get some academic references. It's a game of promotions. You're supposed to teach to help students, not to try to be a big shot in your field. Try to be a great teacher. Constantly write articles to try to get published. Try to find bookings to speak at academic conferences. Create yourself as a public speaker. Go to a seminar company and put your name in to speak for hire in your field. If you work with anyone on a big study, book, or something, resolve issues of how you share the ownership of it. There is a lot of rejection in academic writing. Journals get swamped with articles by ambitious people. In the end, most college professors don't add anything new to the progress of humanity, even though many think they do. They're just cogs in the business of the college. They can't write freely. Most of the stuff in the social sciences is a bunch of meaningless garbage that nobody cares about except for the brainwashed people in the field pretending to be smart. Naive college kids buy it. I think that vast majority of college professors in the humanities are bullshitters hooked on ego rather than soul. I think most of the material itself is useless because all that matters is that an individual knows their true nature and follows it. Everything else is meaningless junk from the world as far as contemplating life goes. It's a big game of phony knowledge in everything except for the hard sciences. I've seen so many people waste so much time doing the most meaningless studies that anyone with common sense already knew the answers to, like a woman who was studying whether a garbage dump had negative effects on the people who lived in the area. Books about an academic career are at number 378.125023 at the library. Chapter 1. Academic Job Guide 1. The Academia Job Search 1. If you want an academic career, you have to get a doctorate in some field, then apply for teaching jobs at universities, colleges, and community colleges. You can get teaching jobs at most community colleges with just a master's degree. In the old days, you could get a teaching job at a university and stay there for life, getting what they call tenure, which is job security that you get if you teach for a certain number of years, publish a number of articles in academic journals, invent something as part of academic research or something like that. A tenure committee decides if an individual is worthy to get job security as a bona fide intellectual. Many people get rejected or there is a competition for a tenured position. Nowadays all bets are off because a lot of education by colleges is going online, plus the fact that college administrators are consciously hiring part-timers, paying them to teach course by course rather than offering a full-time job with benefits. There's the research and writing thing beyond teaching. A lot of research, especially in the social sciences, is useless. A lot of academic articles in the many journals don't really add anything to real knowledge. It's just a business of creating journals. How far are you willing to go in any field that is not hard science until you realize that it's all a meaningless game? You have to be able to write and teach. If you're in a big research field, you have to think up interesting and useful experiments to do. There's a lot of competition, firstly for jobs, then among peers for promotions, research money, and respect within the pecking order of your college and the people in the field in general. If you're serious about it, decide on exactly what you're really interested in, then focus on becoming the world's best expert in it. Find a mentor or several in your field to learn from. Try to get published while you're still a student by creating original essays, then simply submit them to relevant journals. The address is on every journal. If you get published just once, that's a big advantage to get a teaching job at a college. Learn the procedure to write formal papers and grant proposals for research funding. You might get bored of your field and move into some other subspecialty in your field. There is a lot of hate, jealousy, and competition in academia because all these eggheads think they're hot stuff, so they don't want anyone to do better than them. Create a good resume with examples of your written work. You could put your written work on a website for employers to see. Get some academic references. It's a game of promotions. You're supposed to teach to help students, not to try to be a big shot in your field. Try to be a great teacher. Constantly write articles to try to get published. Try to find bookings to speak at academic conferences. Create yourself as a public speaker. Go to a seminar company and put your name in to speak for hire in your field. If you work with anyone on a big study, book, or something, resolve issues of how you share the ownership of it. There is a lot of rejection in academic writing. Journals get swamped with articles by ambitious people. In the end, most college professors don't add anything new to the progress of humanity, even though many think they do. They're just cogs in the business of the college. They can't write freely. Most of the stuff in the social sciences is a bunch of meaningless garbage that nobody cares about except for the brainwashed people in the field pretending to be smart. Naive college kids buy it. I think that vast majority of college professors in the humanities are bullshitters hooked on ego rather than soul. I think most of the material itself is useless because all that matters is that an individual knows their true nature and follows it. Everything else is meaningless junk from the world as far as contemplating life goes. It's a big game of phony knowledge in everything except for the hard sciences. I've seen so many people waste so much time doing the most meaningless studies that anyone with common sense already knew the answers to, like a woman who was studying whether a garbage dump had negative effects on the people who lived in the area. Books about an academic career are at number 378.125023 at the library. The Academia Job Search 2. I don't want to be cynical but get real. Live in the real world. Based on everything I've read about academia as a career, the truth seems to be that the colleges and universities themselves hype up academia as a good, healthy career choice, probably in order to attract the best students and get students in general to spend their money on the college and university product, college classes. But the reality is that there are many doctorates qualified to teach but can't get a job because of the relatively few positions and the low attrition rate. Once someone gets an academic job or is tenured, they often stay until retirement. Education, in general, as an industry is expanding, but a lot of it is technical, both a new method of teaching as well as expansion into emerging technical fields. The student teaches himself at home through distance education. He doesn't even go to a classroom, therefore he doesn't need a teacher, just a part-time person working in customer support. In my own personal view, the same rule applies as always. It's the nuts and bolts knowledge that matters. I saw the owners of a computer programming company hire a 16-year-old kid over a bunch of guys with M.A.S., Ph.D.S. and other fancy-sounding degrees because the kid intuitively knew the stuff. Many people with advanced degrees don't really understand the stuff in the real world like a true master does. Just about anyone with half a brain can get an MBA, but how many people intuitively understand business savvy? Liberal arts as a commodity of the college curriculum is decreasing. The more technical and practical business and computer type of courses are increasing. The big fallacy is that if someone spends 10 years getting a doctorate in anything, they think they're an expert in some obscure field that needs people with very little competition, but it's not true. You think because you spent so long getting the degree, you're special and unique in some way, but academia is taking a hit in the modern world in favor of more pragmatic, practical education. Students are going to the private, proprietary, for-profit schools that teach them a technical skill in 2 years or so, not wasting time in colleges getting degrees that are useless in the real world. If you want to be a teacher who gets a job, focus on this area, not Greek history as your life's work. A lot of people with doctorates are saying they couldn't find a teaching job, so they had to carve a career out for themselves by doing something else, usually in a related field. You have the 3 options. Work in the real world of business and commerce. Set up your own business or thing. Work for a non-profit organization in some capacity. My advice is to get the romantic notion out of your head of teaching 18th century English literature in some quaint Midwestern college in a rural setting, get some qualifications in a nuts and bolts field, then either work in that field or get the credentials to teach it. Forget about liberal arts, the humanities, the social sciences and all that psychology hype out there. Colleges and universities themselves are getting smarter business-wise. Instead of hiring full-time professors on the tenure track, they hire part-time teachers without any contract for about half the cost, so they can get rid of you anytime they want without any hassles. If you want to teach part-time without job security, academia may be right for you. In the same vein, you will have a better chance getting a teaching job at a community college than at a traditional university, which is not a big deal unless you're into that status type of stuff. Research your field to see if there are teaching jobs in that field. A lot of science, mathematics, and engineering teaching jobs are being cut out as some subfields grow old and obsolete and new subfields emerge. There is also politics in academia. Colleges and universities feel pressured to have a certain female and minority presence on their campuses in the faculty. If there are already enough of whatever you happen to be at a particular campus, it will be held against you in a job search. To top it all off, academia gets boring, teaching the same low-level stuff over and over again. In the real world, you have new real-life situations and experiences. In academia, it's always the same thing repeated over and over again. It's not like the construction of a building or building a business. You never feel like you're getting anywhere. I know because I've lived through it, but I got burned out before most, by my 4th year as a teacher. In the end, remember that colleges and universities are businesses. It's not the noble, romantic place you were brought up to believe in. They have a bottom line. Professors are just another expendable commodity. If they can get away using distance education and untenure part-timers, they will. The vision of the noble professor in academia is not what it used to be. Do your research before you decide you want to teach in academia to make sure you will have a reasonable chance of finding a decent job after you graduate. Overqualified in academia. There's an interesting phenomena about people going to school to get a master's degree or a doctorate only to be uninterested in their field and/or unable to find a job, or if they do, they call it underemployment. It's not exactly relevant to your formal education. Most of us, myself included, start out at about the age of 18 or so thinking that college is the pathway to life, success, and the golden American dream. Then we go to school for maybe 4 years, 6 years, 8 years or so, floating along, maybe get a job for 2 years or so. Then, all of a sudden, some of us come to a realization like I did, something like this. What the hell am I doing with my life? This stuff is lame. I'm wasting my life here. Is this my future for the next 30 years? It would be a wasted life to do something I don't really like to do just for the money. The college path version of the American dream just led to a dull job for me. I have to search my soul, follow it, and do what I feel I was meant to do, even if it means tough times and uncertainty. My best piece of advice, if you're unsure of where your soul is to get a job in the field of your academic qualifications, save your money, live humbly, learn the stock market and maybe real estate investing, work the job for several years while staying loose and inspired so you don't lose your spark, then get out and do what you really want to do before you end up wasting your life like everybody you're surrounded by, fooling themselves into thinking they're successful when they're really living lame lives in exchange for the paycheck. There's a lot of anger among underemployed people with graduate degrees. Maybe they should have done some research and seen that the degree they were getting was not an automatic pass to the American dream. In fact, to employers, many are overqualified. They don't want some arrogant smartass with his or her academic degrees acting like a snob on the job, which is why sometimes it's wise not to put too much ivory tower credentials on your resume. It goes back to my point about formal education. Live in the real world. If you get a doctorate in some flaky liberal arts field, you might be able to teach, but there's always insecurity there. Most people in academia report getting bored of it within 5 years, then you're stuck. It's not like an MBA or a lawyer where you can find a diversity of situations to work in. It's not like the real world. Many people get tired of hashing over meaningless intellectual ideas, talk is cheap, and long to do something tangible that makes them feel like they're not wasting their lives on the elitist illusion of academia. If you get a doctorate in finely restricted polymer polyps of the type 2 kind, you're setting yourself up for employment in one narrow subfield of a subfield. What happens when the research lab closes or they beat the subject to death? We've all been brainwashed to think that more formal education equals a better job and more money, but it's not necessarily true. More creative and personal education should give you the savvy and guts to pursue what you really want in life, to go out on your own and create your own job, fill a need somewhere, but it takes risk and uncertainty. Nevertheless, this is really the way to go. Don't just blindly stay in school assuming there will be a good job waiting for you when you graduate. Research your field, research yourself. Do what's real. Live in the real world. Try number 650.14 or HF 5382.7 at the library for career-oriented books. Ironstring.com. Chapter 2. Academic Job Guide 2. Higher Education Teacher Job Websites at dmoz-od.org/reference/education/colleges_and_universities/academic_job_search. Subcategories: Chemistry, Library and Information Science, Philosophy, Science. career.berkeley.edu/phds/phds.stm, the Academic Career and Job Search, resource page from UC Berkeley's Career Center. owl.english.purdue.edu/owl/resource/639/01, academic cover letters, advice, and strategies for presenting qualifications effectively in an academic context. academickeys.com, academic keys, faculty, and academic jobs in selected disciplines at universities, colleges, or other institutions. academic360.com, Academic 360, collection of links for the academic job hunters, including links to faculty, staff, and administrative announcements. academicjobs.co.uk, academicjobs.co.uk, a site dedicated to jobs in the world of academia throughout the UK. christianuniversityjobs.com, Christian University Jobs, higher education job listings for Christian universities, colleges, seminaries, and theological schools. chronicle.com/jobs, the Chronicle of higher education, jobs, and employment information for administrators and faculty. csindiana.edu/port/advice.letter.html, open letter for a job candidate, a letter of advice by Robert Port to a graduate student going on the job market. h-net.org/jobs, hnet job guide, academic jobs in humanities and social sciences. hiredjobs.com, higher ed jobs, faculty, and staff positions at hundreds of colleges and universities. scholarlyjobs.com, scholarly jobs, jobs information for administrators and faculty. tedjob.com, higher education jobs, academic jobs, faculty positions, postdoctoral positions, and staff positions in universities and colleges. universityjobs.com, university jobs, information includes faculty, staff, and administrative positions. universityjobs.com, the university jobs, links to employment pages at colleges and universities in the United States and Canada. nea.org/he/salaries, NEA surveys by states, average faculty salaries and benefits by U.S. states from National Education Association. Chapter 3. Academic Job Guide 3. Academic Jobs Worldwide/World College Job Websites. Some books are: World Guide to Higher Education, Boker.com. International Handbook of Universities, UNESCO.org/IAU. AAMC.org/services/career-connect, Academic Medicine. ASE.org, American Society for Engineering Education. Academia.org/campus_reports. academiaexchange.net. academic360.com, Employment in Colleges in the US, UK, Canada and Australia. academic360.com/resources/listings.cfm. academiccareers.com. academicjobs.net. academicjobscu.com, jobs in colleges and universities across Europe. academicjobstoday.com. academickeys.com. academic-search.net, Auckland, NZ, Sydney, Australia, Hong Kong. academyploy.com, Academic Employment Network. aldinaandassociation.com, college and university jobs. anu.edu.au/hr/jobs/academic.html, Australian. bluestps.com. career.edu. careerdu.eu, a job board for the international academic end. cccu.org/careers, Council for Christian Colleges and Universities Career Center. hiredjobs.com. ccollegejobs.com, the Community College Job Board. chemistry.com, search under academic for jobs in biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, science, medicine and healthcare. chronicle.com/section/jobs/61, Chronicle of Higher Education's Career Network. communitycollegejobs.com. cvoboyle.com, college administration. ei-ie.org, Academic Freedom International Study, Education International is the global voice of education workers. fejobs.com, Jobs in further education. henit.ie/vacancies/index.html, Irish universities vacancies. Higher education. HOWE-LEWIS.com, executive search firm dedicated to healthcare, education, and not-for-profit. Jobs.ac.uk. newsint.co.uk/The Times Higher Education's Supplement Internet Service /Research Opportunities, Research. Jobs.ac.uk, recruitment site for higher education in the United Kingdom. Jobs.chronicle.com/free/jobs, USA Education Jobs. kfupm.edu.sa/employment/positions/faken.html, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals in Saudi Arabia. parkerserch.com, Parker Executive Search. pearsonhired.com/educator. phdjobs.com. placementcorp.com. preparing-faculty.org, Council of Graduate Schools Program. tedjob.com, top higher education jobs. timeshighereducation.co.uk, the Times Higher Education Supplement, jobs in higher education worldwide. theawpgroup.com, college organizations. thesjobs.co.uk, higher education jobs worldwide. universityjobs.com, colleges and universities in the US and Canada. vacancies.ac.uk, Britain university vacancies. wiehe.com, Women in Higher Education Monthly. wiehe.com/jobs/index.htm, Women in Higher Education USA. Association of Commonwealth Universities/ACU. John Foster House, 36 Gordon Square, London, WC1HOPF 020-7380-6700. acu.ac.uk. Information about Commonwealth universities worldwide, including those in the UK. Europa Pub, 18 Bedford Square, London, WC1B3JN. England. Book the World of Learning lists educational institutions, libraries, museums, colleges, and universities in every country. John Catt Educational Ltd. Great Glamham, Saxmundham, Suffolk, IP172DH. United Kingdom. 44-1728-663666. Fax, 44-1728-663415. 100422.1106@compuserve.com. Sell 2 books, The International Schools Directory, which lists grade schools and ECIS higher education directory, which lists colleges in North America and Europe which want foreign students. Stockton Press. 15 East 26th St. NYC 10010. grovestockton.com. Book International Handbook of Universities, might be at your local library. Uniworld Business Publications. 257 Central Park West, Number 10A. NYC 10024-4110. 212-752-0329. Fax, 212-752-0329. Uniworld.com. Higher Education and National Affairs. American Council on Education. 1 DuPont Circle, Washington, D.C. 20036. asenet.edu/HENA. Academic Staff Recruitment Committee. University of Qatar. POG 2713. Doha, Qatar. qu.edu.qa/home. Recruiters for colleges, universities, education, and non-profits. These recruiters look for professors, scientists, administrators, and others who help run colleges and universities, like the facilities manager. academic-search.org, higher education's first search firm. acct.org, Association of Community College Trustees, executive search assistance to governing Boards of Community Colleges. AldinaNDassociation.com, Executive Search Services for Colleges and Universities. AUERBACH-ASSC.com. AirsandAssociatesinc.com. Boyden.com. DeerfieldAssociates.com. DIVSearch.com. EUKP.com, Edward W. Kelly. GollerGroup.com. GKAsearch.com, Gary Kaplan and Associates. GreenwoodZarch.com. HarperJobs.com. HarrisanAssociates.com. Heidrich.com. HCALTD.com. TheHollanderGroup.net, Hollander Group, the IA-LLC.com, Institutional Advantage, LLC. IntegrityZarchAssociates.com. I'mSearch.com. JRScott.com. JWAsearch.com, Janet Wright and Associates Inc. JohnMcCrae.com. Kittleman.net, Kit Lemon and Associates. CoppenLLC.com, Koppen and Associates, LLC. CornFerry.com. LLLSearches.com, Lois L. Lindauer Searches. MoreRisberger.com. JobFitMatters.com, People Management. MRMHV.com, Management Recruiters. Mid-Hudson Valley. PerformanceZarch.com, for community colleges. Affiliated with the American Association of Community Colleges. REGISTRY-ONLINE.org, Registry for College and University Presidents. RentConsultingGroup.com, Rent Consulting Group, LLC. RHPerry.net, RH Perry and Associates. RPAinc.org, RPA, Inc. RussellReynolds.com, Russell Reynolds Associates. SageSearch.com. SpellmanandJohnson.com, Spellman and Johnson Group. SpencersTUArt.com, Spencer Stewart Executive Search Consultants. TCRGroup.com. VSEducation.com. WSpellman.com, William Spellman Executive Search. Whitkiefer.com. Diversity in Higher Education / Minority College Job Websites. Many colleges try to hire a fair number of minorities and women. aad.english.ucsb.edu, the Affirmative Action and Diversity Project, University of California Santa Barbara. aar-eeo.com, Affirmative Action Register. bsu.edu/diversity, Ball State University. businessweek.com/ad/section/diversity, mcreview.com, Multicultural Review. diverseducatian.com. diversityweb.org. hispanicoutlook.com/listings.htm, Hispanic Outlook in Higher Education. latinoperspectives.com, Latino Perspectives in Higher Education. hispanicoutlook.com, the Hispanic Outlook in Higher Education. hispanicoutlook.com/listings.html, Hispanic Outlook in Higher Education. imdiversity.com. jbhe.com, the Journal of Blacks in Higher Education publication. math.usf.edu/mug/diversity.htm, Cultural Diversity in Higher Education. nativeweb.org. Women Academic Job Websites / Women Professor Job Websites. wiehe.com, Women in Higher Education, Position Openings. advancingwomen.com, Advancing Women in Leadership. aauw.org/fgas/fellowships_grants/career_development.cfm, American Association of University Women, Career Development Grants. asenet.edu, American Council on Education, Office of Women in Higher Education. brynmawr.edu/Summer Institute, Bryn Mawr Summer Institute for Women in Higher Education. wellesley.edu/wc/hers/frm_mifwiehe.htm, Management Institute for Women in Higher Education. Women Academic Jobs / Women Professor Jobs. academicjobs.wikia.com academickeys.com, jobrapido.com/jobs+academic+professor, jobs.ehealthcares.com, jobs.monster.com/v-education-q-professor-jobs.aspx, jobs.phds.org, jobsearch.nowkri.com/lecturer-professor-jobs-in-chennai, jobsearch.nowkri.com/teaching-jobs, national-academiес.org, womenstudies.unc.edu/department-resources/jobs, aai.org/magazine/job-bank.php, aaup.org/article/ivory-ceiling-service-work, academiccareers.com, academicdiversitysearch.com, academicjobs.in, academicjobsonline.org, academicjobstoday.com, adjunctprofessoronline.com, canberra.edu.au/jobs/vacancies, christianuniversityjobs.com, emory.jobs, emory.jobs/emory-university/careers, gbacademia.com/faculty-jobs-king-faisal-university-saudi-arabia, globalacademyjobs.com, hiredjobs.com, indeed.com/q-faculty-jobs.html, indianfaculty.com, insidehired.com, iupui.edu/tilde-oeo/academicjobs/academic_jobs.htm, lcwu.edu.pk/jobs.html, louisville.edu/hr/employment/applicants, mith2.umd.edu/womenstudies/employment, nyu.edu/about/working-at-nyu/apply-for-jobs.html, oregonstate.edu/career/women-studies, pomona.edu/administration/academic-dean/faculty-jobs.aspx, profsabroad.com, theprofessorison.com, universityaffairs.ca, universityaffairs.ca/women-academics-5-strategies-for-success.aspx, universityjobs.com, utexas.edu/jobs, uwc.edu/about/administration/human-resources/jobs/instruction, web.mit.edu/fnl/women/women.html, ed.stanford.edu/faculty/jobs, college job websites at diversity.social/higher education job boards sites, higher-ed-research.org, careers.insidehired.com, Inside Higher Education, jobs.diversity.social/higher education jobs, jobs.diversity.social/category/higher education, timeshighereducation.com/unijobs, Times Higher EDS University Jobs, United Kingdom, hercjobs.org, Higher Ed Recruitment Consortium, HERC, United States, chroniclevitae.com, hiredjobs.com, Higher Ed Jobs, universityaffairs.ca/search-job, University Affairs, Chapter 4, Academic Job Guide 4, Job websites in academia and education at job-hunt.org/academia.shtml, rileyguide.com/educate.html, find it at archive.org, monstertrack.monster.com, academic360.com, aftercollege.com, engineerjobs.com, gradireland.com, graduate-jobs.com, graduateopportunities.com, hiredjobs.com, itgraduatejobs.com, jobs.ac.uk, phds.org. thegraduatejob.com. Academic research job websites / fellowship jobs. nae.nyu.edu, Nay Spencer Postdoctoral Fellowship Program. post-docs.com, Postdoctoral Positions. researchhighschool.com, England. researchnetwork.com. jobs.phds.org/postdoc, job and fellowship listings. phds.org, science, math, and engineering career resources. jobs.phds.org/postdoc, job and fellowship listings. Postdoctorate job websites. Postdoctoral means doing research beyond the doctoral level. It just means that you do research as a job, or quite often, you get a grant or contract to do research until the money runs out, then you probably reapply. The project could go on or be terminated. academicjobsonline.org. aquaculturejobs.jobamatic.com//find-jobs/q-postdoctoral+associate. bio-job.org. biopostdocjobs.com. canadianresearch.org. collegeinternshipjobs.com. cpdd.vcu.edu/pages/links/positions postdoc/positions postdoc.html. cyberpostdoc.jobamatic.com. dreyfus.org/awards/postdoctoral_program.shtml. ehow.com/about_66208099_definition-postdoctoral.html. ehow.com/info_81194699_advantages-postdoctoral-degree.html. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/postdoctoral_research. eurosciencejobs.com. eurosciencejobs.com/jobs/post_doctorate. facultyfinder.com. grad.wisc.edu/research/postdocs/pstnavail.html. gs.howard.edu/hp/postdoc.htm. hr.ubc.ca/faculty-relations/recruitments/titles-ranks-descriptions/postdoctoral-fellows. indeed.com/q-postdoctoral-fellow-Newark, New Jersey-jobs.html. indeed.com/q-postdoctoral-fellow-New-York-New-York-Jobs.html. jobs.ac.uk. jobs.orbitcast.com//find-jobs/q-postdoctoral+associate. jobs.phds.org. jobs.usnh.edu. linkedin.com/job/q-post-doctoral-fellow-jobs. matcheducation.org. Education Fellowship for graduates in all majors. mathjobs.org. minoritypostdoc.org/view/resources.html. nationalpostdoc.org. nature.com/naturejobs. nibar.com/postdocs/index.shtml. pharmaceuticalintelligence.com/tag/postdoctoral-research. phds.org/postdoc. phds.org/postdoc/postdoctoral-fellowships. postdoc.com. postdoc.hms.harvard.edu/postdocopps.html. postdoc.org. postdocconference.org. postdocjobs.com. postdocjobs.com/resume. postdocjobs.com/jobseekers. postdocjobs.hs.pit.edu. postdocme.net. postdocs.cornell.edu/finding-postdoc. postdocs.stanford.edu. postdocs.stanford.edu/handbook/salary.html. postdocs.uab.edu. postdocs.ucdavis.edu/careers/finding_position.html. postdoctoralfellowcrossing.com. postdoctoralfellowcrossing.com, postdoctorals.com, postdoctorate.net, preparing-faculty.org, prospects.ac.uk/funding_award_details.htm, psychpostdocs.blogspot.com, scholarshipdb.net, scholarshipnet.info, scholarship-positions.com, scienceadvocacy.org, sciencecareers.sciencemag.org, scientistsolutions.com, simplyhired.com//jobs/list/q-postdoctoral+fellow-research+associate, spo.berkeley.edu/fund/hpostdoc.html, synbiota.com, technology to scale your research, tedjob.com, thesciencejobs.com, ucdenver.edu/faculty_staff/research/postdocs/pages/careerinformation.is, universityaffairs.ca, universityjobs.com, wisegeek.com/what-is-a-postdoctoral-fellowship.htm, post-docs.com, academic college organizations, aacirao.com, American Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers, aafcs.org, American Association of Family and Consumer Sciences, aalnet.org, American Association of Law Libraries, aals.org, the Association of American Law Schools, aasa.org, American Association of School Administrators, aft.org, American Federation of Teachers, ala.org, American Library Association, ala.org, Association of College and Research Libraries, arl.org, Association of Research Libraries, CUPA.org, College and University Professional Association for Human Resources, ewa.org, National Education Writers Association, icd.org, International College of Dentists, myacpa.org, American College Personnel Association, nacac.com, National Association for College Admission Counseling, nacac.com, National Association of College Admission Counseling, naceweb.org, National Association of Colleges and Employers, nacua.org, National Association of College and University Attorneys, nacubo.org, National Association of College and University Business Officers, nasfaa.org, National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators, nscs.org, National Society of Collegiate Scholars, ama.org, University Research Magazine Association, Academic Credential Service, interfolio.com, Interfolio, offers services for collecting, managing, and presenting academic and professional credentials for applications to positions in higher education, postgraduate study and other opportunities. Lecturer and academic blogs. gentlemanc.blogspot.com, A Gentleman C. badeducation.journalspace.com, A Lecturer's Life, UK. kamikayo.blogspot.com, Academic Splat. bitchphd.blogspot.com, bitchph.d. cheekyprof.com, cheekyprof. crazyphd.blogspot.com, Chronicles of Dr. Crazy. crankyprofessor.com, crankyprofessor. death-of-an-academic.blogspot.com, Death of an Academic, UK. drhistory.blogspot.com, Dr. History. drsniffly.blogspot.com, Dr. Sniffly. educatedandpoor.blogspot.com, Educated and Poor. pebblesandb.blogspot.com, L. In favor of thinking.blogspot.com, In favor of thinking. invisibleadjunct.com, Invisible Adjunct. drcookie.blogspot.com, Jenny D. lectures.blogspot.com, law lecturess. littleprofessor.typepad.com, little professor. girlscientist.blogspot.com, living the scientific life. blog.case.edu/kep2, management professor notes 2. irenenick.spaces.msn.com/personalspace.aspx, no day but today. socinsight.blogspot.com, not your typical sociologist. profgoose.blogspot.com, Professor Goose and his ramblings. profangry.blogspot.com, Professor Angry. psychonomic.blogspot.com, Professor's Vent. slavesofacademe.blogspot.com, Slaves of Academe. sleepdoctor.blogspot.com, Sleep Doctor. sternphd.com, Stern PhD. profsynecdoca.blogspot.com, Synecdochic Prof. That's w-hythecallemedr.squarespace.com, that's why they call me doctor. thisacademiclife.blogspot.com, This Academic Life. thecynicalprof.blogspot.com, Thoughts of a Cynical Professor. frumpyprofessor.blogspot.com, Thoughts of a Frumpy Professor. unispeak.blogspot.com, Unispeak Lossy, UK. margaretsoeltan.phenomenet.com, University Diaries. whatnowblog.blogspot.com, What Now? botanicalgirl.blogspot.com, World of Botanical Girl. zippyzappy.blogspot.com, Zippy Zappy She Goes.